Our final flashback comes from the 07 year, South Florida and the Ducks in El Paso. New Year's Eve for that Sun Bowl, and in his last game as a Duck, Jonathan Stewart, you remember that, he broke the Sun Bowl record, 253 yards rushing, put in a 71-yard score in that second quarter. Justin Roper earned that start over Cody Kemp, and it was the right decision by Mike Bellotti, as the redshirt freshman tied the Sun Bowl record, 4 touchdown passes in his first start.
Yeah, 10 seconds after Roper found Ed Dixon, Walter Thurman came up with a 25-yard pick six, 30-14 Ducks. 56-21 was the final. Oregon ended a 4-year bowl losing streak. It was Oregon's first win since Dennis Dixon was injured back in November.
You look back at that roster, you had Walter Thurman, you had Jarris Byrd, you had Ed Dixon, you had Jonathan Stewart. So many guys right now successful in the NFL. TJ Ward, another one. The list goes on and on. In so many ways, 4 years ago was so good given how far Oregon has come during that time. 3 straight BCS bowl games now. We shoot it back down to Tom and Dirk for one last look at what was a memorable season in a whole lot of ways, guys.
Oh, it certainly was, and it's really become the norm, and I think Duck fans would agree that they've all become spoiled. They just get to show up at Autzen Stadium, and this unbelievable show is put on for them.
Right, they expect, 50 points plus every time out. And
right.
Sometimes they get it.
They do get it, and they get it quite often, and particularly we saw a lot of that this season once again.
Certainly, and earlier in the show, we started our top plays countdown with our top 12 plays of the year. Now we continue and finish up our countdown with plays 6 through 1. Four of our top 6 plays feature the Quack Mamba, DeAnthony Thomas. Play 6 comes against the Cougs.
And here he goes. 40, 30. Good luck trying to catch that guy. Touchdown, DeAnthony Thomas.
Thomas received the kickoff at the 7-yard line, broke 1 tackle, and slithered away from the Cougars. A 93-yard touchdown, his first of 2 returns, 4 scores on the year. To the farm we go for play 5. Oregon with a 4th and 7 from the Stanford 41-yard line.
Thomas back to pass, pressures, throws short, and it's caught, and it's going to be a huge gain. 40, 30, 20, right sideline. DeAnthony Thomas cuts middle into the end zone, touchdown. 41 yards for the true freshman.
Chip Kelly decided to go for it, and the Ducks got it all. Darren Thomas slung it out to DeAnthony Thomas, and Dat did the rest, speeding by Cardinal defenders for a 41-yard score, giving Oregon a 22-9 lead in the second quarter. Oregon also scored on a 4th and goal en route to a 53-30 victory. Back to Autzen for play number 4. The Oregon special teams found the end zone again, but this time it came in a less than ordinary way.
Flag ranch is 40 and a half. Blocked! It's blocked! And this is going to be a score for Boseko Lokombo! Touchdown, Oregon!
Avery Patterson blocked the punt by Washington State. Boseko Lokombo picked it up and returned it 25 yards for the TD. It was the first score of the game and Bo's second touchdown of the season. He had scored 1 touchdown against LSU in the opener, but DeAnthony Thomas broke out at Autzen in Game 2 against Nevada. After hauling in a 24-yard TD pass in the second quarter, Dat found the end zone again in the third.
Wide open. Thomas, what a move! Breakaway speed! The Black Mamba striking again! Touchdown, Oregon! 69 yards!
Darren Thomas tossed it out to the Quack Mamba, and he did the rest. 69 yards for the score. Thomas tallied 204 all-purpose yards in the game. Play number 2 has many elements to it. Darren Thomas had been injured 2 weeks earlier against Arizona State and missed the Colorado game the following week. Wearing a brace on his left knee, Thomas eluded the pressure from the Cougar defense, then defying conventional wisdom, he threw late, deep down the middle of the field, connecting with Lavagier Tuane, who picked up a block from Justin Hoffman and managed to dive into the end zone for a 55-yard touchdown.
That's a great scramble by Darren Thomas. LT was wide open behind everybody.
Our choice for the Play of the Year in 2011 comes from the freshman sensation, DeAnthony Thomas. Dat took the pass from Brian Bennett and showed why he is one of the most difficult players in the nation to tackle. DeAnthony, looking like Barry Sanders did against Patriots defender Harlan Barnett, befuddled Washington State's Tyree Toomer on his way to a 45-yard touchdown.
He had Tyree Toomer circling the wagons, trying to find out which way was north, which way was south. Is east that way or west that way, and which way are you running? I think Toomer and Jay Allen both just fell down there so stinking dizzy on the field.
Dat piled up 262 all-purpose yards on that day.
Now, we talked about how difficult it was to select our top plays of the year. However, it was a consensus #1 choice for Play of the Year, #1, DeAnthony Thomas, zigzagging his way to the end zone.
No question. DeAnthony really bouncing back from the couple of fumbles in the first game
Right.
against LSU and had a great season. Set all kinds of records for the Oregon in the Oregon record books as a freshman.
Right.
I love the swing pass where in the yellow uniform he's coming right at the camera. I love that one. But of course that zigzag back and forth sort of capped off what we've known is that he goes from second gear to third gear faster than probably anyone in the nation.
Yes, and that showed real well on that 4th down and 7 play at Stanford when he came out of the backfield, got behind the linebackers, caught the pass from Darren Thomas, and as soon as he caught it, boom, he was gone.
All right, time for some predictions, and we'll open it back up and bring in Nick and Phil back from the studio. And I do have to mention that those top plays, Cougar heavy, 3 of the top 6 there.
Great editing
And,
is what
we'll
that
throw it
is.
back to you guys and go ahead and start with you guys with your predictions.
Well, I think at this one it's all important that, last year I picked Auburn. Auburn won. I got told I had to move out of town, so I don't want to do that this year. So I'm going with the Ducks. 3rd time's a charm. They win at 29-24, Phil.
Yeah, I actually went the other way, Wisconsin. I was in Madison earlier this year. I saw how impressive they were. Russell Wilson, Monty Ball, they have it all. I think it will be a pretty tight game, but Badgers maybe getting the nudge there, but also the standings, too.
Yeah, you look at those standings, you get the win, you can get the conference crown there. Tom, what do you got?
Well, Dirk, we're going to start with you on your prediction. I'm going to go last because I'm the leader.
Well, yeah, and I'm at the bottom. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But, I really do think there is something to this extra prep time for the opponents when they get to prepare for Oregon's offense. Just 5 of the 6 losses that Chip Kelly has suffered has been to an opponent, a ranked opponent who's had more than a week to prepare. I really think there's something to that. 37-32 Wisconsin.
I do agree with you, but I'm saying that Chip figures it out this time, and Oregon wins 33-30. That'll wrap it up from Pasadena. Guys, we want to send it back to you in the studio, and of course we'll have more coming up later in the week and on game day.
Yeah, certainly thanks to you guys. Thanks to all of our special guests down there, and we'll certainly have all the wrap-up for you on Monday. Phil and I will be here. Good luck to the Ducks down there in Pasadena. So long, everybody.